Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're joining me today again after finishing the little tiny junk journal with the Felicity kit. I'm now starting the big journal, which I intended to make then, but then I got sidetracked because I saw the lovely tiny journals. That's for sale, by the way, if you're interested. But this will be my guest design team project for Raindrop Lila, and I'm working with the Felicity Collection and the Peachy Pink Collection, and in between I use one image from the Cottage Core Club, Cottage Core Kit, and also the paper dolls, because they're very cute, and there's one little girl that fits very well with this collection. I used her in the tiny journal also. I did prepare, because I always have to think very long about how I want things and to make a sample and everything. I'm going to use packaging for the base of the journal, and this is what I intend to do. It's just a sample. The fabric will be on both sides, and I'll show you why that is. And then I want to crinkle this up a bit on the sides, and then everything is cut with the serrated scissors, and then I stitched. Oh yeah, it's visible. I stitched it to see if I like that, because of the fabric. If you stitch it, it makes a dent in the fluffy fabric, and I didn't know if I liked it, but I really do like it, so I'm going to stitch it also. But you don't have to. This is completely glued down and it will stay if you want to follow along. Like I did with the tiny journal, I made a template from magazine pages, because I wanted to see how does it work, and because I want to curl these edges. So one signature will be in here, and the second one will be in here. But here, on this side, I have to watch that I hold it correctly. This side, I can't curl the packaging paper. So this side is a bit longer than the middle side, because I don't have anything on this side also, anything to curl. If you watch very carefully, you can see this is sticking out a bit and this is sticking out a bit. So that's why I had to measure it a bit. You don't have to do it like this. I'm always making things hard for myself. But anyway, the second thing I wanted to say, if you want to follow along and you're not using fabric, it can be a bit easier, because then you can just glue both sides with the paper you love and you're ready to go. And if you want to use paper, you can, because this is longer than any paper, even legal size. So these were 2 A4s. The first one goes until here, I think. Yeah, maybe because it's a magazine, it's even taller. This complete is 18 3/4 of an inch by 8 1/4 about. And the height, yeah. And my intention was to let them overlap, and then you can make a pocket here. But with the fabric, that's not possible. It would be way too complicated, because in the first instance, I thought this fluffy fabric on the front and a different fabric on the inside. But here, this front side is the inside of this signature. So that doesn't work. It goes around, because I want to make kind of a Zig Zag journal, like the flip-flop journals, and I did this earlier with another journal, but then with 3 signatures. So that didn't work, and that's why I decided, because I really love this fabric and it's so, yeah, adorable. It fits this very well. So I thought I'm going to do it on both sides, but then I'm going to lose the pocket, but that doesn't matter because maybe I'll make this kind of a journal with a paper, covered with paper, so then I can use the pocket. But even because I'm using packaging, I forgot to pick something up. Just a minute. I have to use this because this is packaging. They crumble it up and fill the box with it because this has a tear edge. So it was a very long piece and I only need this. It's too long, so I have to cut it to size. I didn't have to put 2 papers together, but if you, for example, take digitals as a base, then you can stick them together and then you can make the pocket. But yeah, that's, I hope that makes sense. Oh, and the advantage of a template, I explained that. I'm going to put this to the side. I explained that with the tiny junk journal because I made a template there also. Now I just have to, this is nice if I can use that kind of edge here also. Let's see if that works. I have that tool. I put it back where it always is, but got my long ruler, and I think I'm going to do it differently. Like, yeah, if you follow me along, if you follow me, you know, I'm from the measuring. So that line. Oh, I don't know if that's the correct line. I think it is. Yeah, it looks about right. And now I can, but this also isn't necessary, of course, because I just like the edge, that's the tear edge that is on here. But you can just use packaging and curl it up later, and it didn't. Let's see how far it did go. Okay. Just the edge, and that's. Sorry, I'm off camera, but I can use these for stamping, the sample stamps. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. But you can also tear this with the normal ruler or a tear ruler if you want a different edge. Let's see. Now I can just put it on here, make a few marks. And then I can, I can cut it, because now on the top I have to use my, I think I will measure it so I know I have, turn it around, otherwise I will be in the camera with my head again. Yeah, 21. I'm working in centimeters for now. I hope you're all doing well. Here the weather is changing a bit. We had a bit more rain than the last weeks. but that doesn't matter. Today the sun is shining again. Yesterday there was a lot of rain. Whoa, it was really pouring out. But we did need rain for the flowers and the land. Let's see if it worked. And you can see it tears very easily. I don't use tickets very often, the full tickets. I thought it didn't really go through in the beginning. I don't use full tickets very often, but when I do, and I remember that I have this tool, then I use this tool because yeah, it looks nice and you don't really have to tear the tickets, but yeah, it looks more real. Just like with faux stamps, I use the thinning shears that a hairdresser uses. This can of course be used. Packaging is such a great crafting item. I think if I had to really say what do you definitely need when you're junk journaling, it would be packaging paper. Again, I don't want to be in the... Oh, I did that before. Glue it until the top, but then you would see it, and I don't want that. I don't want it peeking through. I just want to reinforce it. And I do have brown packaging. Like maybe I could have used that. But I don't, yeah, it's shiny, the one I have. So if you see that peeking out, I don't like that also. So I'm going to do it like this, and I can maybe color it a bit with ink. Oop. Because if it tears here a bit, it doesn't matter because I'm going to crinkle it up anyway. I'm going to do both sides, so I know it will stay. I don't think it will be a very big problem because I'm going to glue the fabric to it. I once made a scrapbook for my daughter, her first 25 years of her life. And yeah, at 25 she got married and immigrated. And because they lived in Indonesia, the book was, the cover was pretty damaged by the humidity. And I'm repairing that. And luckily, getting the fabric off the cover, it went well because I was, it took me months to build up the courage to get started. These, no, I hope I put them to the side on the right way. Let's see, this I like because it looks different the other way around. I have no idea what the correct way is, but, and now in the And the other lighting, it doesn't seem to matter too much. I have no idea. I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, now it looks that it's too long. That's strange. I did got it right. And I thought I measured well because I put this on the paper, left a border all around. Ah, yeah, it does. It's okay. And now I thought I could put the glue on here, but that's difficult because I have to stay away of the edges. Let's see how I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my brush to spread it, and I'm going to do it bit by bit, because otherwise I'm afraid it will dry out too fast. I tried it on the little piece, and now for the bigger part there's not much glue coming out. But I don't know if I can. I like this because for a big bottle it has a pretty nice small tip. It's not as easy as I thought, because I think that will be a lot of glue. It's completely warping my let's see how I'm going to do that. Put that to the side. Ooh. Now everything's shifting. And this will be under heavy books, so it will flatten out. But that's the idea. And if I think there's too much brown there in regards to here, I can always trim it a bit later. This is the idea how I'm going to put some glue here and go on. So I'm going to stop the video because you don't have to see me glue everything, and then I'll be back. I'm back. I just glued one, and you can see it's very wet. So I have to put it under heavy books and leave it there at least a night and a day. I don't mind this because the fabric is so thick. I don't think that will show. No, but I think it's too wet to glue this to it already. So I have to do it over days. So I'm going to leave this. I wanted to show you. And I want to talk about the signatures. For everyone who has made journals before, it's maybe obvious. I'm using kits because it's a guest design team, but you don't have to. For all the new people, you can use any paper you like. If it's scrapbook paper, magazines, whatever you have, old book pages, everything is usable. And I'm going to insert a photo before I cut this, because if you have a lot of pages, like I have here, I have 15, I think, because I want this a bit to be more a writing journal than completely fill it. I will fill it with ephemera because that's something I love making, but the goal is that someone, the recipient who wants to buy this journal, can write in it. And the middle pages, if they are just as large as this one, they will stick out. That's logical because you can see how much this one is smaller in the middle. It's about not a centimeter. Let's see in inches. Yeah, 1/8 or even more in thickness. And you can let them stick out, like in the picture I inserted in the video. But I don't really like that. They can stick out a bit. They don't have to be exact every bit, but just a bit. Here it sticks out a bit more. Yeah, the way I hold it, it sticks out a bit more. I don't mind. Because that's something you have to be mindful of if you have digitals. This digital is no problem if later on it's printed and later on you think, it has to be smaller because it's going in the middle. It doesn't matter. But there are, let's see if it's this one, I think, yes. This one would bother because now it's pretty in the middle. Yeah, this side. If I wanted to cut this and I think, it's about a quarter of an inch too much, I'm cutting into the image and that would be too bad. So that's something you have to be mindful of with digitals. The middle one has to be smaller, or you don't, if you don't mind that the middle one is sticking out, you don't have a problem. I'm going to flip you through it. Mostly I start with printing the digitals that I like, if I use digitals. And then I'm looking for papers I want to add in the journal. Also, mostly ledger, music page, lines, script, book pages. And then my next step is putting them next to each other and see how I like them. Yeah, a bit like this. Do I like that? Mostly it's if I use a lot of digitals, digital something else, digital something else. But it doesn't matter what papers you use, just put them next to each other and see if you like, when I flip that, do I like what I see next? So that's my second step. And then I will see, do I like this together? Because first I do this. I have to explain it a bit better. First is this. Do I like that next to each other? But those are all the front sides. But if I turn this page, then I will see the music next to that. So do I like that also? Like this? Do I like that next to each other? And because this, music paper of course has two sides of music paper, but this digital has something else on the back. Do I like this together? First I chose, I really like those together, but do I like these next to each other? That could be that you think, no, I don't really like that. And with digitals you have more options because you have a lot of choice in every design you choose. But if you use papers from books, you're not always able to choose what's on the back side. And if you don't mind, everything is okay. If you like that page and you like that page, everything's okay. But this is what this is pretty typical for me. A background you can journal on, music page, Again, a beautiful digital. Again, a background, you can write on that. Yeah, Braille paper, I love it so much. I always have to include it. And I did it with the bind and all. Or my cinch. No, it's a cinch, I think. I did that. I made the holes and I pretended to put the bind ring in and I pulled it out so it looks like it's really torn. A kit of a digital from the kit, and this also a very beautiful background. And again, if I had to, because it would be in the middle, then I had to cut off a lot. So usually my digitals are, yeah, I think about it, how do I want them before I print them. A ledger page, I always love those. And here a little flip, music sheet, empty music sheet, I like that, with a little top tuck. Here again, I did have to cut a bit off, but it's just okay. It just is okay. Here the same, kind of a note paper, but I really like the green color and the digital. The lined paper, it's not really visible. It's in the kit also, and I really like that Lydia made a bit of a design in the paper here, the swirls. I don't know if it's picking up. A bit of a swirl, beautiful. Dictionary page. Let's see if it wants to focus. Why doesn't it? But it's in my favorite font. No, it keeps staying blurry. In my favorite old font. Here a little flip. This is graph paper. Yeah, you can see it a bit. It's also in the kit. And these are all, the papers that are in between are all very old. Not antique, but vintage. And the digital and the beautiful rose in the middle, in the center. And again, here you can be mindful if you want an eclectic junk journal, everything goes. But I always see, do I always like what's next to each other? I'm very particular about that, but yeah, that's just me. And the easiest way is to just put papers in that you really like. I didn't want to cut off the beautiful ledger paper, so I just want to show you the two signatures I made. This is also a beautiful digital. Here I chose empty. I have to choose what I want to do with this. If I just want to make a pocket, I was thinking maybe like this, and like a secret writing space, and you have a pocket, so I didn't want to cut it off, but it's empty, old vintage ledger. A file folder that is in the kit, I really like that, with the tabs. Again, the same with the old font. That's German. This is a beautiful digital, and the script on the back, the empty music, and now I did the little tuck on the bottom. This also beautiful digital. This also, all the backgrounds are in the collections. Here I did the tearing on the side. This is also from the Peachy Pink. And again, backgrounds you can journal on. A little flip, because I always have a hard time cutting something off the music sheet, and I always like the title of the song. And here the digital again with a frame. You can put a photo in, a quote, something like that. I'm going to decorate it, of course. That's green note paper, and this is a vintage leather. It's not from the kits, but I wanted a different one because this is in the kit, but it's in the digital. It's not one letter, so I like that. And on the back, it's those are the only two digitals that are not from Lydia, and I will link below who they're from. But I really like this, the small letter, and like the envelope side. Again, the bill, but it's also in German. And this is in the kit also, but it's in a different color. No, it's not picking up. It's graph paper, but Lydia has in this collection, she has some papers, the lined paper, the graph paper, the different backgrounds she has in different colors, so you can choose. And this is the middle of the signature, the center of the second signature. Again, the back sides, the leather, the frame, beautiful digitals. The music you can write on here. The braille paper. This will be, here will be a different design paper, and it will make a pocket. I will link down below. I saw this from someone, but on the top of my head I can't remember who, but I saved that on my computer. So that will be kind of an envelope. The empty music sheet, and yeah, the digitals with the beautiful designs. The old font paper, the other side of the file folder. A file folder is also a nice paper to have in the middle as a center, because then you can glue them down and use it as a pocket. Here again, I'm not sure what I want to do there. Writing space, yeah, here lots of writing space. So that's the second signature. So I will leave this video at that. So that's the beginning of my design team project, and I will see you in the next video. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel that way. If you liked it, I would love for you to subscribe, give a like or a comment. I would love to hear from you. And I will see you in the next video. Have a very great day. Bye bye.